everything.
Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know when talking about JavaScript array methods, so let's get started. So you have an array and you want to be able to output the contents of that array. So we have hello world, world hello, whatever it may be. You can use the toString method. This will then output that with commas in between the values. Now, it doesn't have to be a string in there, so you could use numbers and it'll still output it in the same format. Kind of like the toString method is the join method. This will allow us to connect the values that are in that array, the index values, and then using a separator of our choosing. So in our example, we're going to put a space, star, then a space. This will take all the index values and output it using that format. Oftentimes with arrays, you're going to want to add values to the end. To do that, you're going to use the push function. That way when you push the number 5, for instance, on it, it will now be the last index. Now, if you wanted to remove that value, you use pop. This will pop off that last value from your array. So that 5 that we just added will then be removed. That index will not exist, and therefore we'll have removed that value. Similar to how push or pop works at the end of the array, now if you want to work with the beginning of the array, you'll use shift and unshift. When you use shift, what's going to happen is it's going to remove that first index value and then shift everything over to the left one. So what was in the 1 index will now be the 0 index. What was in the 2 index is now be the 1 index. Now say you want to add something to the beginning of the array, you would then use unshift. You'd pass in a single parameter that you're trying to add, let's say the number 5 for instance, and then it would add that to the 0 index, and what was in 0 would now be 1, what was in 1 would now be 2, and so on and so forth. Don't forget that you can change a single index value just by selecting the index of the array, setting equal signs, and then setting that value to overwrite whatever its current value was. You also have the length property of the array. What this is going to allow you to do is find out the length of it. Now keep in mind, this is always going to be one more than the last index because we're starting at 1 and going to the entire length of the array. So if the last index value is 4, the length would be 5 because you would have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 values and a length of 5. Similar to how pop and push works on the end and shift and unshift works on the beginning, you have splice to really work for anywhere in the string, mainly probably the middle part since you're going to use the other methods for that. So splice takes in 2 parameters. It is then going to say the first parameter, where do you want to start splicing? And the second parameter, do you want to actually remove the elements that come next, or do you want to leave them alone? So if I was to put in the index 1 to start, and then 2 as the next 2 values remove, it would then just remove those values. Now say we wanted to add something in those 2 places, let's say we start at the 1 again and we want to remove 2 spots, you would then put a comma and then put in as many values as you want to splice into it. So if we wanted to splice the numbers 5 and 6 into it, it would then remove those 2 values and splice those numbers in. Now keep in mind you don't actually have to splice in as many items as you remove and vice versa. You can actually just splice out values as well and do that and not add anything. Sometimes you may want to concat multiple arrays or combine multiple arrays. You would use the concat method to do that. You can use it on one array, so take array 1, concat array 2 to it. Now array 1 will store both arrays into one larger array. Now you can do this for multiple arrays. All you need to do is separate with a comma like you would any parameter and concat all your arrays together if that's what you're looking to do. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and support me on Patreon. Check out wayup.com. It's a great way to find full-time jobs, internships, part-time jobs, and one-time freelance work for the college student. All you need is a .edu email. It's completely free, and you'll help me out in the process too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.